the last thing we're going to do is create the Automoblox female figure with Inventor. We'll be using the loft tool quite a bit in this case. So the very first thing I have to do is make the base. So I'm going to make the base from the bottom here, and we're going to draw a triangle. Boom, 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 and we're going to dimension it. And the triangle is 0.556. Dimension 0.556, enter, and basically all of these sides should be that was wrong. I want to use equals, not parallel. All of these sides should be the same length. There we go. And now I have my triangle, and I'm going to extrude it by 0.10. I don't want to do 0.105. I was looking at the drawing and they don't actually give me the thickness of the triangle. It's probably in the directions if I read them, but I'm just real quick pulling out the dial calipers, and it's we're going to go with 0.34. Alright, so now that I have my triangle drawn, I need to draw my little base shape. And okay, so I'm going to draw my little base shape, but before I do that, I'm going to double click on this extrusion and change that to 0.3. I remeasured. Okay, so I start my 2D sketch. I'm going to click on the top of here, and we're going to do a escape. Start that again, 2D sketch. There we go, that surface. I'm going to do an ellipse. I'm going to do my ellipse so that the major axis is sort of going this way and that way. And then I now need to start dimensioning it. And the major axis is 0.125. And the minor axis is 0.105. And actually, yeah, 0.25, 0.105. And then we want this guy centered, so we are going to put him where this edge and that center. And we are going to make that which is totally wrong. Actually, sorry about that. We'll go from that corner. So I'm going to hit project geometry. Kind of get that all squared away. That's what happens sometimes when you try and do things fast. Alright, that little bit right there is going to be 0.556 divided by 2. And then I'm going to do the same thing Okay, I want to center this and it's just not working really well. So I'm going to pull out some geometry from back in the day, and I'm going to draw a couple of lines right here. I'm going to drop this line straight down. I'm going to drop this line straight down, and this line straight down. And basically, this line should be perpendicular to that. This line should be perpendicular to that. And it is already. And that line should be perpendicular to that. And it is already. Okay, and alright, and then right there where the three lines cross is my center. So I'm going to put a point right there. And then I'm going to use this coincidence point and put that center here and that point there, coincidence. Now I don't want all these other lines here anymore, and I don't even need them, so I guess I should have done them as construction lines, but instead I'm just going to delete, 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 delete. Okay, and it's now centered. And I hit finish sketch. And then I'm going to need to create an offset work plane. So I'm going to go over here to where it says plane and hit a offset work plane, and I want to offset from here, and I want it to be offset by the length of the legs, which do they give us that in the directions? And I'm going to bet the answer is no, because that would make life easy. And I'm right. The answer is no. So I'm going to quickly measure that. And it's 0.09. So I'm going to go up here and offset by 0.09, which is just basically 0.1, and hit enter. And so I've now created a work plane that is just a little bit above. I'm now going to start creating a 2D sketch. Boom. And I'm going to project geometry. Boom. And I'm going to use the offset tool and just make that a smidge bigger. Hit finish sketch. Alright, now I am going to use the lofting tool, and the first thing I'm going to do is select that sketch right here, and I want that part, and then I'm going to click to add, and I'm going to select this sketch here and that part, which of course decided not to work. Oh, it did work. Yay! Alright, that's all done. I'm done. I don't want to see that work plane anymore, so I'm over here and turn off visibility, and there are my legs nicely centered. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is make the body, and we're basically repeating this process 2 more times. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch here, and I'm going to project geometry. Okay, and now I'm going to do another ellipse. That's going to be lined up with that ellipse, and we're going to make the major axis. And then we dimension, and the minor axis is 0.4, and the major axis and you just come on, It's not wanting to let me do the major axis. That's really annoying. There. Okay, and the major axis is 0.6. Okay. And I hit finish sketch. And then I'm going to do, that doesn't look right, but you know what? It really doesn't matter because we're just sort of practicing the skill. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. And now I'm going to do a offset plane. And I'm going to offset from this plane. And I'm going to offset it by 0.36. And then I'm going to start a 2D sketch on this plane. And then I'm going to project geometry onto that plane. And then I'm going to use my offset tool, take that projected geometry and pull her on in and hit finish sketch. And now I'm going to do another loft from here and click to add to here. I hit OK, and there that went. And now I'm going to do a offset plane here. Let me try that again. Offset from that plane, and we want to offset that by 0.34. Enter, and then start my 2D sketch on that surface. And then I'm going to project geometry, that guy there. And then I'm going to hit offset, and it gives me dimensions, but I'm just going to offset it by a little bit right there, and then I can dimension this guy. And my minor axis is 0.54, and my major axis, which I had, there we go, is 0.76. And finish sketch, and then we're going to loft here, and then we're going to click to add, and we're going to here. Alright, I now have figured out why my things look so big and I have to go back and fix it. It's because they were giving me the major and minor diameters and we needed the major and minor radiuses. So I'm going to go back up here to sketch. I need sketch 3. Nope. Sketch 4. And I'm going to take that dimension right there and just simply divide by 2. And I'm going to take that dimension right there and do a divide by 2. Okay, and so I finished that, and then I'm going to go over here, and that was sketch 4, and now I need to go to sketch 5, and which is this little guy right here, and it looks like I didn't actually dimension him, so now I'm going to dimension him and make my minor axis should be 0.31 divided by 2, and my major axis should be 0.39 divided by 2. Finish that sketch. And then we go down here to my last sketch, which is sketch 6. And that guy should be divided by 2. And that guy should be divided by 2. Alright. Now that looks a whole lot more like it should be. And I'm going to turn off the visibility on my work planes. So that's all good. Okay, now we just need to add a head to our figure. And basically we want to do it the same one as we did for the man. So you got a work plane. You're going to want to put a work plane through here with an axis. So I'm going to hit my axis, and I want to make my axis through try that again. I want my axis through the center of an elliptical edge. So there's my work axis. And then for my work plane, I want it to be going through the center. Okay, so for plane, I'm going to do offset, and I'm going to do it offset from this guy here. I want to change the direction, so I click on this way, and I want it to do like halfway in. And then I hit start sketch on that surface, F7, and draw your head and revolve it. You basically use the same process as before. And I'm going to let you kind of have to mess around with it a little bit because you want that work plane to be on that axis, and you can see right here that it's not. So I might need to just kind of drag my little, you can click on a corner and drag it until that those two things are lined up, or you can go mess with these different plane features and see if you can come through a one that works a little bit better for you. So this is just a good opportunity to sort of play different ways to make something go the way you want it to go. Good luck.